Hi there, my name is Jonathan Eilert and I am the CEO of Trusted IQ. In this video, I'm really excited to walk you through what is Trusted IQ, what problem are we solving, and then also give you a visual into the platform itself. So, how did this originate? Every single organization today assumes that when a contract is signed, every single core department is working from the same understanding of the truth that lives within that contract. But that's simply not true. No system today has access to the entire contract to cash picture. Each department only sees a slice of it. As an example, sales only see what's been quoted, finance only see the bookings and invoices, and RevRec only sees what it receives. The actual contract, the source of truth, lives as a PDF, and none of these systems can interpret what is actually buried in these contracts. So every single team just ends up building their own version of the truth. That is ultimately why businesses today are missing uplifts, sending wrong invoices, experiencing renewal surprises, and ultimately losing revenue. And it's not because people in these teams are incompetent. It's because no system actually understands the contract. And for years, this problem couldn't be solved. What happens is a salesperson inputs a quote, that deal is signed, and then the downstream effects of that going into the billing and ERP system assumes that information is correct. And as a result of integrations, which have been great, linking systems, all they've done is basically fuel inconsistent data moving across systems faster. But with the emergence of AI and modern LLMs, everything is changing. For the first time, software can actually read and interpret and structure a commercial contract. So that unstructured contract can actually become a structured form that you can then utilize across your business. And that's where Trusted IQ comes in. We ingest the entirety of your contract repository and build a commercial gold standard for each customer. What a gold standard is your basic terms such as your start date or end date, but it's also a true version of the pricing, renewals, uplifts, entitlements, and amendments that take place for each individual customer. With that data, we can then do some very, very exciting things. And that's where our two products today come into effect. The first product being analytics. What we have the ability to do once we got the gold standard across your portfolio is give you instant visibility into ARR for each customer. And this is inclusive of expansion, contraction. We're able to give you renewal data that's based on accuracy. We're able to identify any risks. So, for example, if they've got break clauses in their contracts, if they've got very high indemnity clauses, all of these terms that just get buried in the PDF, we have the ability to surface them and then also give you that analytics layer on a portfolio basis or on an individual basis. For organizations that have the visualization components today, we have the ability to export our schema as an API where you can just ingest that data and create a whole new layer of truth that you can then report on. Because we have that truth, that's where our second product comes into play, which is reconciliation. If you think of Trusted IQ sitting above your core systems, your ERP and your CRM, what we have the ability to do is say, okay, for customer X, that information in Salesforce is incorrect. For customer Y, the information in your ERP is incorrect. And in real time, you'll be able to update and make sure that across all these different systems that are disconnected in the contract to cash truth layer, all of them are saying the same truth as to what is defined in the contract. So that brings me on to actually showing you the solution and what we've built today. I'm going to show you the reconciliation aspect of the products. This assumes that we've created the gold standard for each individual customer. We've got all your contracts, and what we're doing at this point is basically making sure that what is in your ERP and CRM and any associated platform, that is completely accurate and succinct across all of them. So what would happen in a real life example? A deal is close one. Trusted IQ will be able to source that contract automatically, pull that into the platform. We would then write or read that information into your core systems if there's nothing there. Alternatively, if there's already data there, we'll surface that information to you and say, okay, for X customer, this is what you have in your ERP system, this is what you have in your CRM, and you'll instantly be able to see the discrepancies from what is actually derived from your contract, which is the truth. You can see here all the different kind of fields that we're able to pull. All of these are standard schema across every single one of our customers. And like I said, you can export all this information out so you can report on this on a customer or portfolio basis. In real time, you can then basically two-way sync and update all this information. And like I said earlier, we have the ability to do this in an automated flow as well. So if you really want this to become a back-end process, we can do all of this in the back end, make sure all the information is accurate and updated. Alternatively, if you have approval layers, for example, if there is a finance term that's missing, we can route that through to your finance department. Ultimately, what we're looking to do here is make sure that there is no disconnect and there's no revenue leakage, and that your teams that are running these core systems have all the information that is 100% accurate. So that's a really nice overview, I hope, of Trusted IQ, what we're looking to build. If there's any questions in relation to the platform, please do reach out. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. And once again, thank you for listening.